Hello YouTube, Average Guy Hi-Fi here. I wanted to upload this other video rather quickly because I had mentioned it in my kind of getting to know me video that I posted earlier today. This is the direction that I would like my channel to go. So kind of focusing on deals in the audio community. I'm always kind of looking on Craigslist, OfferUp, there's a couple other. Facebook has a good area for looking for speakers and things. So checking out those websites and seeing when deals pop up. I'm the type of guy that's always enjoyed buying the equipment almost as much as listening to it. I just always like swapping things out, testing them. So I'm just always looking on the used market. So this deal right here was way too hard to not pass up. It was listed just down the road, probably about 20 minutes total trip for me to go grab these and come home, and they only cost me $50. So you're probably not real familiar with the brand RBH, but these guys were kind of on the leading edge when it came to home theater direct business models. They have fantastic products made in the USA, super high quality gear. Audioholics, his main speakers in his system are those huge RBH speakers that I just drool over every time he shows them off. So these are the little bitty guys from that same company. So I'll put the description of what the models are and everything down below, and then the MSRP, so you can kind of get an idea of what this would cost if you went to go buy these in a store 10 years ago. I like buying used speakers. I love new speakers as well too, but the used market, you can really get very, very good deals, and then sometimes it's just too much to pass up. Plus they're speakers. You can listen to them. If they're blown, you'll know kind of right away. Just give them a little bit of a crank while you're testing them out. And to make sure you don't hear any defects in the tweeters or anything like that. And then if they sound good, then bring them on home and kind of mess around with them, get them all dialed in. Room treatment's another big thing to save somebody that maybe doesn't have a lot of money, but adding a rug to a room, things like that can make a difference in the sound. So again, these guys, it's just a 3.1, so it's the center speaker, each bookshelf speaker, and a 10-inch subwoofer. So MSRP on these is probably right around $1,200. When they came out, and for $50, quite the score, as you can see. And my point of these type of videos isn't to brag about these things. It's mainly to show, like, maybe somebody that's a little bit newer to the audio thing that doesn't want to go to these nice stores and spend $1,000 on a set of bookshelf speakers. Well, there are some awesome $1,000 bookshelf speakers out there. Maybe that's not the right path for the beginner, to decide if you need to spend that much, because there's deals like this that could be had. So again, the point was just kind of show those things off. They're in pretty good shape. The seller was very honest with me. Everything was good. When I got them home, I kind of noticed a couple things. The subwoofer didn't come with the power cord, so it got left behind. Luckily, being an audio junkie like me, I had the extra correct power cord just in the back there. And everybody has this, but the big box of wires. So they're sitting on stands right now, kind of going in place where the Aperion audios went, just to kind of give you an idea in comparison. There is a reason I have this guy reversed like that, because I wanted to show you, especially for the new people getting into the community, there is supposed to be basically metal brackets that attach the negative to the negative and the positive to the positive. It kind of follows the contour of that piece of plastic there. But a lot of times, I would say 30% of the time on the used market, these speakers are missing those. People had them hooked up wrong in their house. They were taken off. They're just running one pair of speaker wires. That's definitely not the correct way to do it. You want to, unless you're actively bi-amping the speakers, which hardly anybody needs to do these days with these nice receivers, is just connect the positive to the positive, negative to the negative, and then I'm using banana plugs, which kind of have, I don't know, it's love it or hate it, if people like it or not. I love them because I'm always swapping out gear. So it's much easier just to plug them in, plug them out, especially when it comes to speakers. When you're doing something like that by yourself up on top of a pretty expensive OLED TV, you want to be able to do it quickly. So I do like that. But the main point of having it turned around is don't turn down speakers if they're missing those jumpers, because all I did was to fix that was just connect the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative using an extra leftover piece of speaker wire. And then that way, you would never notice a difference between those and the metal jumpers that are on there. So don't turn down speakers like that if they're missing those. They even sell these jumpers right here, which I use sometimes. Those are spade-ended jumpers. And then always have this tool around if you're going to start messing around, because you'll need this and a flashlight, especially if you're trying to get in behind your gear and everything. So I'll give you a little video of just the movie itself. It's Godzilla, King of the Monsters, in 4K on an OLED TV. I'll just show some excursion. It looks like we're coming up on, I haven't seen this yet, looks like we're coming up on a base scene here, so I'll basically just crank it up. I did end up buying a light for you guys so I can make the videos a little bit higher quality. Hopefully it kind of lights them up. That's actually a really good representation right there of the difference between a 4-inch woofer and 6.5-inch woofers. So there is a big difference. Same with a 6.5 to an 8-inch woofer. So speakers definitely get bigger and bigger. So in the grand scheme of things, these are pretty small. The person that would love these would be someone that has like a small room like this, totally fills this room, so no worries there. This room is about, I think last time I measured it's about 16 by 12. So this system right here will just rock it, especially that little 10-inch subwoofer. Super impressed by the performance on that. Probably $500 subwoofer when it came up. I tried doing some research on it to give you guys some real numbers, but I had to kind of estimate that. But everything else I found MSRPs on, so they're all in the description down below. So anyway, I'll get this movie going here, so I stop kind of rambling on, and then we'll just kind of show you how they operate here. They do sound fantastic, especially for $50. Here we go. Well, yeah, there's a little bit of a bass scene, so those little 4-inch woofers get moving pretty good. Pressurizes this room, no problems. Again, the ideal buyer of these would just be someone with a smaller room like this. That subwoofer apartment, you'd probably have to keep it pretty low, but you'll have nice, clear, crystal clear sound. Matching tweeters across the front row, which is kind of what they recommend. Matching 4-inch woofers across the front row. You can really put together a nice little system for hardly any money. You could spend $50 on a subwoofer cable very easily in this market. So again, this isn't kind of like a brag video. This is more of just encouraging people, especially the beginners, to get out there and peruse the used market. Maybe start there and then start adding up to the buying your dream system when it's the big electrostatic speakers or the built-in subwoofer towers, all those kind of fun things, which I've had in the past, and they are pretty awesome. So again, thank you guys for sticking around this long. If you're still here, please subscribe. I'm really trying to bring something kind of different to this awesome audio community. So just kind of put a used market on there. And of course, I would love to, brands to sponsor me and things, send me speakers and let me test them, because I've owned about 25 to 35 high quality systems over the years. And I really kind of know the sound characteristics, what I like, and I can hopefully steer you guys in the right direction when it comes to you guys making your decisions when your purchases. So any questions, feel free to leave comments below. If you have questions about certain speakers, just let me know. Basically just use this as an area. Hopefully we can all kind of get together and answer questions and have a good time in this community.